I think
Yeah.
you would prefer the human race to endure, right?
Uh,
You're
yeah,
hesitating.
well,
Yes?
Who cares if the human race endures? Just as billionaire AI guy Peter Thiel, who now has a government contract. So I think we're in good hands. Welcome back to the JP Rex channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we call out lies, hypocrisy, and corruption and help spread the light of truth and freedom because truth conquers. Now, billionaire Peter Thiel recently sat down for a interview. Some think it didn't go too well for him. I would disagree. I think he came across charmingly. Some people are calling him the Antichrist, whatever. But he was asked, do you think the human race should endure? He didn't say yes. This is a transhumanist. We need more of them. The Trump administration recently gave company he co-founded, Palantir, $795 million contract with potential for it to be a $1.3 billion contract. Some people think that's just social credit score coming our way. We'll look into that in a second. But first, if you see this clip of the interview, and we'll watch another clip in just a moment, you might be thinking, I'm a little skeptical of this Peter fella. Well, you don't need to be skeptical of Peter Thiel. He is here for humanity. Doesn't care if humanity survives, which means he is really here for humanity. And you know what? When you realize he's part of the World Economic Forum, he's a young global leader in the World Economic Forum's network of people just doing altruistic work. And you can see here is his World Economic Forum profile on the World Economic Forum website. So that puts a lot of peace in my mind. And a clip of Peter Thiel during this interview went really viral because he was not quick with a yes. I think humanity should survive. So a lot of people have been saying negative things about young Peter Thiel. Here's one such person on Twitter. Life hacks for 2025. If they promise safety, it's about control. No duh. If Palantir, Peter Thiel's company, is involved, you're the product. If Peter Thiel is funding it, it's CIA connected. If they say it's for security, it's for surveillance. If you question any of it, you're already on a list. Probably should be on a list. We don't need people questioning any of this. And speaking of Peter Thiel, you probably heard about catastrophic floods here in Central Texas where I live. I'm so grateful me and mine are all safe, yet many people have lost their lives in these biblical level floods. And right now you're saying, well, JP, I'm sorry to hear that, and I did hear about it. What's this have to do with Peter Thiel? Well, a company that does cloud seeding was doing cloud seeding in Texas, well, a couple days before the catastrophic floods hit. And Peter Thiel has invested in that company that was doing cloud seeding in Texas. And one thing I can say for sure, because I can't say for sure, was cloud seeding the cause or a contributor to the catastrophic floods in Texas? I can't say that for sure, but what I can say for sure is whenever people try to play God, it always works out well. In this case, if it's Peter Thiel funding this company run by this 25-year-old Yahoo on the left to play God via controlling the weather, things are going to work out better than God's way. Or if it's turning humans into transhumanists, as Peter Thiel wants to do, we'll hear about that in the upcoming clip, then you can rest assured that too, a human playing God will probably work out better than if we just let God play God. Now, before that clip, I mentioned Peter Thiel's company, Palantir. It's been under a lot of scrutiny since it was announced. Trump administration awarded them a $795 million contract, defense contract. Everything's defense. And it has the potential to be a $1.3 billion contract if things work out well. So what is Peter Thiel's AI company, Palantir, doing for the Trump administration? Well, they aim to unify fragmented government databases, enhance real-time intelligence analysis. All right, so that kind of means whatever you want it to mean. Now here's what the critics are afraid it means. Many critics argue that Palantir enables a mass surveillance state, creating centralized super databases that can track and profile individuals. U.S. lawmakers have raised alarms that its software used by agencies like ICE, FBI, and the Pentagon could aggregate extensive personal and biometric data on American citizens, fueling fears of unconstitutional spying. There's no such thing as unconstitutional spying. It's called the Patriot Act. It's nut jobs. This concern has led to protests, yada, yada, yada. So nonetheless, maybe a social credit score, but wouldn't we all be better off if Peter Thiel helped usher that in, especially with no consent? Let's take a look at this interview clip with Peter Thiel sitting down where some are saying he's the Antichrist. Well, I don't know. You can be the judge. Here it goes.
Ending that we're going to build a machine god, right? Is it hype? Is it delusion? Is it something you worry about? I think you would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes?
A little too hesitant.
I don't know. I would.
He literally said, I don't know, to the question, do you think the human race should endure? We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first, you've probably heard that RFK Jr., known for his sharp mind and relentless energy on the campaign trail, is taking methylene blue to stay focused, energized, and mentally resilient. And here's the cool part. Now you can experience those same benefits with Recharge by the Wellness Company. This doctor-formulated nutraceutical is the first to combine methylene blue with urolithin A. This creates a unique formula designed to optimize mitochondrial function, improve energy, and enhance cognitive performance. Now, methylene blue crosses the blood-brain barrier to enhance memory, focus, and executive function. It does it by increasing ATP production, which is the true fuel of our cells. It also works as a potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, helping protect against aging and cellular damage. If you're like me and you're looking for a real mental and physical edge, Recharge delivers. Get your Recharge now and get 15% off plus free shipping. Head to twc.health/JPReacts and use code JPReacts. Feel the difference. Think clearer. Recharge. Now back to the video.
I would.
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit in this.
Should the human race survive?
Yes.
Okay.
But no, the real gem comes after the but. Should the human race survive unequivocally? No. All right. How would you answer that with a yes? Should the human race survive? Yes, but. All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
But I also would. I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so, it's always, I don't know. Yeah. Transhumanism is this, the ideal was this radical transformation where your human natural body gets transformed into an immortal body.
Almost sounds like you're trying to play God, and almost sounds like you're trying to play God in the sense that you're trying to become a God, an immortal body. Did God make a mistake giving us these God-created bodies that are not immortal, and maybe our soul is in fact immortal? God probably did make a mistake. Why would I not trust Peter Thiel? Trust God, trust Peter Thiel. One's a billionaire, one doesn't even have a bank account.
And there's a critique of, let's say, the trans people in a sexual context, or a transvestite is someone who changes their clothes and cross dresses. And a transsexual is someone where you change your, penis into a vagina. And we can then debate how well those surgeries work. But we want more transformation than that.
I like that. He's like, transvestites, that's good. Transsexuals, great. But we want more transformation than that. If you thought genital mutilation is good, you're mistaken. It's not enough. It's good, but we need to do better. Why stop at the genitals? You're transsexual. We want to be fully transhuman. We want to completely obliterate everything God gave you. The transgenders, they're on the right track. But quite frankly, they're just not pushing hard enough, fast enough. I hope this guy is just an idiot speaker and doesn't actually believe this. I don't know.
Critique is not that it's weird and unnatural.
No, that's absolutely the critique.
It's so pathetically little. And okay, we want more than cross-dressing or changing your sex organs. We want you to be able to change your heart and change your mind and change your whole body.
The gender conversions are working out so well for everybody. That's how people find their true happiness. But we want people to be able to do that to their heart, their whole body, not just their crotch. We want their whole body to be trans, their heart to be trans.
And then Orthodox Christianity, by the way, the critique Orthodox Christianity has of this is these things don't go far enough.
I don't think Orthodox Christianity says that transgenderism doesn't go far enough. I really don't think that's what they think.
Transhumanism is just changing your body, but you also need to transform your soul, and you need to transform your whole self.
I like that. I like that. Now we're getting in the LGBTQS two-spirit territory. Don't just change your genitals. I'm just following Peter's line of thinking here. Don't just change your genitals. That's not going far enough. We got to change your heart. We got to change your body. And get this, we also got to change your soul. And I'm not trying to play God here.
And so,
right. But the other,
where,
wait. Sorry. I generally agree with what I think is your belief that religion should be a friend to science and ideas of scientific progress. I think any idea of divine providence has to encompass the fact that we have progressed and achieved and done things that would have been unimaginable to our ancestors. But it still also seems like the promise of Christianity in the end is you get the perfected body and the perfected soul through God's grace. And the person who tries to do it on their own with a bunch of machines is likely to end up as a dystopian character. God's
grace is the key. Let's hear Peter correct the record. Well, not from God's grace at Palantir. We do that. That's what we're trying to do. We're monetizing grace.
Let's articulate this.
And you can have a heretical form of Christianity, that says something else.
Yeah, I like that. Heretical form of Christianity. The devil masquerades as an angel in disguise. That's cool. Nonetheless, that's Peter Thiel having to really contemplate if he thinks humanity should survive. And his answer wasn't yes. However, what he is a big fan of isn't just transgenders, transsexuals, transvestites in his words. It's we've got to transform the whole human being. From what into what? From a human being into a non-human being. Thanks for playing God. This usually works out well. Thank you, buddy. Let me know what you think about Peter Thiel and his association with a Trump administration via his Palantir company that's going to be doing some surveillance, and his whole little virtuous philosophy of humans, but transhumans. That's where it's at. Just transhumans. We like trans. We're not trans enough. We need to be whole transhumans. Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to seeing you on our next video, but until then, stay free.